I'm sure many of you have not thought about, the history of Islam from a spiral dynamics perspective. What you see in front of you is just that, the emergence of Islam throughout history. The first Memetic period is Asr al-Jahiliyyah, or the Age of Ignorance. Tribal heroic values, band of nomads living a simple life. They were used as mercenaries by conquering armies. So heavy purple, heavy red, and not much of anything else. The second Memetic period is Islamic Renaissance. With the birth of Islam, came religious blue that gave tribes a sense of purpose. Suddenly, they had an ideological reason to spread the message of the Prophet as a way of life. Islam back then was an open system that followed in the Hellenistic traditions of other world religions. Scholars like Ibn Sina and Ibn Rushd were catalysts to the advancement of science, psychology, physics, and math, physics, math, and psychology, while Europe was going through its dark ages. Here you see the thickest orange in Islamic history, and you begin to see green as Islamic expansion went as far as Andalusia, where Muslim, Christian, and Jewish scholars collaborated in translating world philosophies. Then something memetically important happened in the 11th century. An influential scholar called Al-Ghazali said that the Quran is the direct word of God, so no more philosophical translation of the Quran. In his works called Tafahat al-Falasifa, the West translated it to the incoherence of the philosophers. The actual Arabic translation is the insignificance of the philosophers. So Al-Ghazali put an end to the philosophical translation of the Quran, and he brought back the patriarchal dominance to the religion. Then we come to, with the end of the Ottoman rule, came, you saw the slow decline of science, cosmology, and free thinking, and the rise of heavy red, heavy purple, and blue is only religious blue. With the fall of the Ottoman Empire, came the colonialists, which the administration of the whole region was given to England and France. According to their Western colonialist values, they drew some borders and called them nations. So they gave rise to purple and to red, and imposed non-indigenous blue. Then this memetic period is Arab nationalism. Influential thinkers like Michel Aflaq, who was the ideological father of the Ba'ath Party, it was a pan-Arab movement. Michel studied at the Sorbonne, so he came from Western complex values at least 2 or 3 levels up from the center of gravity of the culture. This is important to understand because the Syrian and the Iraqis are influenced by the Ba'ath ideology. The end of that era came with the death of Nasser and the rise of the dictators. Those dictators blamed the misery of their people on the far enemy of Israel and the US to stay in power. That worked for a few decades, and then came the transparency of the information age, where the people on the street knew the truth, and the Arab world descended into chaos. Arab Spring turned into Arab Winter, and the generals in the Ba'ath army turned to the Islamic State. And all this, in memetic terms, shows the transition from red to a yet-to-be-known blue that is struggling to define itself.